things throughout the base, okay? The only problem is I don't want it to go too cold because this is going to be my main source of carbon dioxide as well. Or not my main source, but a constant source of carbon dioxide, which I'm going to want to feed to my slicksters. If I make these generators too cold, then the CO2 that comes out of them will also be cold, and then it'll end up killing my slicksters. So I need to be a little bit careful. But on the same token, I want them regulated. I want them to be temperate. If I could get this water to 20 odd degrees, for example, I could use that for cooling my base water. You know, the output of these generators. If I could somehow get this to 20 odd degrees, that would be very, very nice. Now, I could do that. However, I have pockets like, foolishly, I've built this out of wolframite now, so this is not going to be temperature regulated. So this is going to cool the room more than... I have no way of controlling that. I'm going to want this to be sort of temperature regulated somehow, and I've not decided how yet. My liquid coming in is going to be polluted water. And this is for getting rid of any excess. Decisions. I didn't know Magnus was actual name. I only met one Magnus online. He said he was a man. I've never heard that name before. I never heard that name, but I like it. And did you have a nice dinner? That was very quick. How do I want to do this? And how much water are we going to have? And I always forget how much these actually output. These output 67.5 grams. Okay, so maybe what I actually want here is a little AND gate. So if we throw in... Let's see, where could I squeeze an AND gate here that gets both of these? That would work. Yeah, if we did that, knock out this wire. Because I only want this pump to be pumping off any excess when these pumps are actually going, when these generators are actually going. So, do something like that instead. Oh, we're using up some hydrogen, that's not ideal. Let's dump some of this out. No. Why are we struggling for oxygen? What's the problem? Everything seems to be fine. Let's carry on getting this stuff swept out. Marina. Oh god, hold on. My real name is Dominique, and it's a unisex name, really. I see. What is that you're saying at the end? Kals. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. Hello, boss. Thanks for streaming on again. Lumbo, how's it going, bud? It was just a salad. I see. Used to date a girl called Dominique. Ooh. Dominique is a nice name. It's an exotic name. Dominique. I like that name a lot. You've got a very pretty name, Magnus. I like it. Okay. Let's pop you there. We're going to do the same over here eventually. And we'll do the same there. No, not there. So the water's going to be pumped in here, flow past there, come down here, it'll be split both ways, come down here, flow off here, drop down here. That's the plan. Which means that I need to get rid of some of these ladders on this side as well. We can get rid of it now, I think. All these are going to want to go eventually. So I'm potentially going to have polluted water coming from a few different sources. I'm not just going to have... My polluted water I'm not going to be able to regulate the temperature of because it's going to come from here. which is going to be all sorts of different temperatures. It's going to have shower water coming in there. It's going to have toilet water coming in there. It's going to have, for argument's sake, I might end up doing some biodistillers. I might end up having some water purifiers. I don't really know yet, so I don't know what my water temperature is ultimately going to be. It's all going to just average out in this room. Oh shit, what's going on? Get out of there. Immediately. This is burst. Fine. Cancel these jobs. Did that say the pitcher pump was overheated? Something said overheating then. Yeah, I don't fully know what my end liquid temperature is going to be, which makes it a bit difficult because obviously that's being pumped into the room, and quite often I normally like to have liquid radiators in here. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to be dripping water over here. I don't know if I want to put it through an aqua tuner first. I could do a little aqua tuner build here. That could be quite nice. Why is it overheating? It is this. What's this built out of? What the fuck? Wait, igneous rock overheats at 90 degrees? What? Interesting. Well, let's get rid of you. Yeah, I need to put a little bit of thought into this, really. So on one hand, I'd like to use an aqua tuner before the liquid comes in here. Pump some of the cooled liquid over my generators, and then the other cooled liquid go back into the aqua tuner pool itself. Which could work. The other option is have an aqua tuner down here instead of a pump. Maybe in one of the corners. That could work, actually. Maybe I should put an aqua tuner in one of the corners. Ooh, decisions! What do we think? Any input, guys? Anything that you would like to see or try? And what I'm thinking is basically, we've got the main pool of polluted water, which is down here, right? Now this is going to be all sorts of garbled water that we collect. It could be water from out in the world, it could be, you know, ice cold, or it could be crazy boiling hot. It's also going to be the output of our machines, our toilets, everything. Do I want to run this liquid through an aqua tuner? If, say, above 20 degrees. Oh, it's the way you laugh. I see. I see. Sorry, that was lost in translation to me. They're changing the water mechanics in Minecraft. Oh, really? I saw a big update a while back with all new coral beds and stuff. Is that the one you're talking about? I don't think that's going to be out for a little while, though, is it? Is there any reason to not run it through an aqua tuner? Well, it's power. It uses power, nerd. Also, I'm not going to have a way of fine-tuning it enough that I could use that liquid for cooling water. All right, let me throw something down for a second. Let's say this is my polluted water in pipe. Okay, excuse me. So there's my polluted water in, and if we had, that's going to be out, for example. So this signifies out, okay? This signifies in, okay? Like that. So, if we had an aqua tuner, I'm not saying I'd do it here, but just to explain. And then we got this, let's see, we could basically have it so that we'd have this come into here, okay? And then we'd have a little valve, like so, and that would split our water. And then the rest would go here, or there, for example, and drip back over our aqua tuner, okay? So what we basically do is we cool half the water, so half a packet, 10 kilos. 5 kilos would go this way, 5 kilos would go this way, right? That would sort of regulate the temperature of the aqua tuner. This would obviously, oh shit. This would be coming in like so. If we don't need to cool it, then a switch could toggle. And then it could bypass. I could actually build it here, you know, if I built this slightly differently and did something like let's see, how would this work? I could build this a bit closer. Give me a second, guys. I'm theorying. Give me a sec. So we'd have a valve there. Okay. And then you could go like that. You okay, darling? Tired?
No, you had like 4 hours sleep, didn't you?
Oh shit, yeah, you were up early this morning.
For no reason.
Yeah. The lady got up early this morning and both of her lectures were cancelled at uni. What the hell? You want excess dirty water in a sieve, cool that for the farm. You mean the build-up that gets generated by this? What we'd be using that water for then? It will basically just drip through the system. So, right, what I'm thinking is, here's the water input, okay? That's going to come into the aquatuner. If it needs to, if not, I'll divert it. But that'll come into the aquatuner. It'll get cooled by 14 degrees, for argument's sake. It'll get split at this valve. 5 kilos will come here and drip over. The other 5 will go on its way and go towards piping in. Or I could just change this a little bit and just have the drip. That could work. So water's getting pumped. Right, sorry, I'm sort of trying to wing this as I go. I've been tinkering a bit with aquatuners lately, and I've got about 3 different builds in my mind. But I've never tried this one. So what I'd basically do is knock out this tile, build a thing there, not use these vents at all, make this a solid floor, and liquid could drop off here, run down there, drop off here, run down here. That could be quite snazzy. I don't know if it'll work, but it could be quite snazzy. And then we could have a, where are we? Plumbing. Have a liquid shut off here. Oh, I don't have any room for a switch then, though. Yeah, if I make a little bit of room for some thermal switches, I think this could work, you know. Let's tidy up some of this shit that I don't need. Let's cancel. Let's cancel this. I'm in chilling figuring mood, so apologies for the kicking back and just chilling for a second. But so if you were there, that'd give me space to put in thermo switch. You could like that. That would be there. Liquid drops down to there. Deconstruct these. Build the. Oh, you prick. Planning. Wait. Whoa. Calm your tits. Do I have planning? Yeah, they're gonna still deliver a load of shit because they're idle, but that's fine. Okay. So cooling water goes where? I'll show you in a sec. We're gonna knock out this tile here. And this tile here. Again, there is every chance that this might not work and we'll need tweaking like hell, but I'm willing to take that risk. So what will fall here? It will go both directions, that's fine. But heavy what? No, I can do that. Do that. They're still all connected. The water will come down here. We can get rid of these tiles. Give it to you as well. I'm not going to use these vents. If anybody sees a glaring flaw with this design, by the way, tell me. Only got complicated. Yeah, a little bit. With the automation stuff now, you just have to take it in little bits, Hanno. Take it in little chunks and it becomes manageable again. So, okay. Aquatuner cools liquid. Half of it comes out into this vent. Vent drops down into pool. Liquid falls over. Liquid falls over. Goes into here. Cools these. Might work. I don't know. Ah, neat. Good job, buddy. Oh, the job's lag. Come on. Liquid shutoff needs to be plumbed in. Yeah, I'll do that as well. Never before. I will do that, buddy. Oh, come on, job lag. Sorry, didn't watch. What's the question? Will this work? Oh, he's already assigned. That's fine. So that'll drain off there. That'll run down to there. This will need to be a tile. This will need to be a tile, and we'll knock out these middle tiles. Wow, that got very quiet all of a sudden. We need to get some quieter fans for your computer. It's fucking beastly. I know. I know, baby. We'll get money one day and we'll be rich as balls. Don't worry about it. Where the fuck am I going to run this pipe? This way? Now the only downside with this is that I can think of, if it's bypassing this, oh no, I can just connect it to there. Wait. Wait. Hold on, I've done this wrong. You need to not be that. You need to be deconstructed. Okay. That's fine. Again, I've done this in a slightly difficult fashion. So you're going to go to there, and then you... What's up? Did you?
Yeah!
Did you know? Okay, so that'll get to there. It'll hit this if I want it to. If not, it'll bypass, hit this bridge, go into there and drop out the valve and just keep circulating water. I'll have a thermo switch here to control this liquid shut-off. And the valve will set to, like, again, 5 kilos or something. Maybe even less, I don't know. Maybe more. And then we'll need a switch in here, made of gold. Yeah, I'll put him there. You have to bed.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Did you like that song?
It was a very nice song. You have the voice of an angel.
A deaf angel. Shut up.
Bye! Okay, that can get to there. Nice. Hold on a sec. Mex is informing me of things I've done stupidly. Liquid shut-off needs to be plumbed in. Yes. So I didn't watch the question. I'm theory crafting a little bit, turning some trying something. Crossing fingers. Thank you, Agnes. Not enough cooling for the tuner. Needs an exploit, and the shut-off is the wrong way. The tune will be the aqua tune will be intermittent. The water's only coming in at 24 degrees at the minute. If it's cooled by 14 degrees, it'll drop to 10 degrees. I'm gonna try it, Max. I'm gonna try it. Plumbing is so complicated, it looks like spaghetti. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. How are you removing the excess heat from the enclosed system? This valve, this vent is going to drip over. That's the plan. Are you removing the excess heat from this enclosed system? Or is there something funky with cooling half a unit? I'm going to cool 10 kilos of liquid, right? I'm going to cool 10 kilos of liquid with this. Half of it is going to come back over and fall into what will be a pool of liquid here and hopefully cool this down a bit. The other half goes on its merry way to be used for whatever I want to use it for. The liquid will also bubble over down here and fall onto my generators. And will then trickle down its merry way and come down to this pump down here. This pump that's going to be triggered on if above a certain liquid level, so if we say above 200 kilos, and also if this automation is toggled on so the generators are running, will also run up here. We plumb this in now, actually. And this will be the main pipe, actually. And we'll deconstruct you and bridge into that. Will this ever deplete liquid? Let me just think. It can always be topped up by this. Even if this bypasses. Goes to there. I'm always going to be losing 5 kilos in theory. These aren't going to produce more than 5 kilos. I think this will work. Are you stuck or are you just bored? If so, let's give you some shit to do. Let's get all this crap swept up. And I'm tempted to knock off this wire here and run a different circuit in. Yeah, I might do that now. So we'll take you, we'll take you. The pumps can be on one circuit and this can be on a separate one. I think that'll work. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, sorry, I need to rechat a little bit. If you cool 10 kilograms of water, say at 1 watt per kilo, minus 10 kilowatts of heat, the actuator will emit 10 kilowatts of heat, and then cool the actuator by 5 kilowatts of heat. But it should still be intermittent. Does that matter? Are you saying I'm just not making enough, I'm not deleting enough heat? I predict you'll be heat positive unless you use an exploit. We'll try it. Worst case scenario, I'll need to put a couple of Weezeworts in this room as well or something. And then we can get the benefit of the metal tiles. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. Okay, let me fix this wire. You need to be on a priority 9, because this has now all been toggled off. Then this can all be an 8. You need to be deconstructed. What's that, 240? Yeah, this needs to be deconstructed and rebuilt now. And you can go through there. I'll need a little ladder up here. Oh, I've got a feeling I'm going to get trolled if I delete this wire. I might just nip it off.